Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Domino Coaching and Entertainment. For coaching, my links are down below. Spiritual readings down below. Patreon down below. Patreon saying this a little bit early and stuff like that. I'm gonna get into like how I'm doing this new Galactic Origin series where like some vids are gonna go on YouTube, but like some will be Patreon exclusive. Like pretty much, right? This video about Lyra and stuff like that is gonna be on YouTube, but Patreon is gonna get it first. However, I will make certain videos specifically about my own past lives and my experiences. I'm gonna keep that Patreon exclusive because my Patreon is an exclusive insight into my journey and stuff like that. And then plus, I don't always want to share different things just out in the open. So it's like if you're on Patreon and stuff like that, I'm gonna be sharing my past life experiences way more. But look, we have another episode of Genie Dot tells you things that you ain't going to hear nowhere else. Because like we talking all about Lyra, bro. And I mean like when people like you know how like I don't know if y'all noticed, but people talk about how Lyrans and the Draco and Avians came from a different universe. I'm gonna explain what all that means. I'm gonna show you guys where they really come from and how they even got into Lyra. I'm gonna explain different like I'm gonna explain their characteristics, their different traits, their history, bro. I'm explaining so much shit. Actually, let me tell you the order of what I'm gonna tell you guys, right? I'm gonna tell you guys about who they are and where they truly come from, their basic history. I'm gonna talk about their gifts and I'm gonna talk about the different gifts and abilities of Lyrans. I'm gonna talk about the different difficulties and struggles for Lyran Starseeds, and also just overall Lyran Starseed traits that will help you find out if you're a Lyran Starseed. Now, granted, I do offer Galactic Akashic readings down below. I could easily find out your Starseed heritage along with its different gifts and abilities and how it relates to who you are on Earth right now. I've been doing this. Every time I do it, it always lines up for a person and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I'm telling you, bro. I'm quite the saucy guy. But luckily inside this video, I'm gonna teach you guys various different things that will help you even find out for yourself if you are a Lyran. I'm gonna tell you guys so much stuff that isn't talked about. Now, one may ask, how'd you get this information? A nigga like me, bro, I dead ass go to the like, bro. Fuck just meditating and downloading shit. Fuck just reading shit online. Nigga, I went to the Astro and learned this shit for myself. Facts. Facts. Like, a lot of people have never been to the Omniversal Hall of Records. I know that for a fact because not everyone has access to that shit. Not on no cocky shit, but I do have access for various different reasons that I don't feel like talking about inside this video, but I may mention in various different Patreon videos, right? But long story short, just understand that when you go there, right, the Omniversal Hall of Records is a hall of records for all the history within inside the Omniverse. Now, understand this, right? Technically, the Omniversal Hall of Records, right, isn't even like a place that even has like visual aspects to it. However, when you astral project there, the information gets interpreted through your astral body as a giant ass fucking hall of records. And it's like when you go there, right? It's like you'll have like these different like books or like these different like light tablets. Like there's different ways that you get information. But it's like for me, I'll like hold on some shit. It's like they'll have like a fucking like a crystal tablet, right? And they give it to me, and like I hold it, and it's like I'll like relive it inside my head, or like I'll get like these different like it's like I'll see like different cutscenes of like oh like there's this galaxy right here and that's called this, and then inside this galaxy they had this going on and stuff like that, and then I see that, then it jumps to them going inside Lyra, then forming as Lyras. It's so much stuff. And sometimes I just touch it and I just instantly download everything without even always having to see it. It's very crazy how information is imparted with inside you from the Universal Hall of Records. But inside this video, right, I want to get right into this Lyran stuff, right? So who are Lyrans and where do they come from, right? Let me show you guys why they say that Lyras come from a different universe. You see, technically, there's only actually one universe. Now, people hate when I say this, right? But here's what y'all don't understand. You see, a lot of y'all just be hearing shit online. Oh, multiple universes. But have you ever really got taught that from an alien? Have you talked to different god beings that actually structure reality, who really tell you how the fuck shit is built? I'm not trying to sound cocky. I'm trying to tell you I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You see, when people say there's different universes, they oftentimes just mean different realms. You know what I'm saying? And inside these different realms, like a galaxy is the physical manifestation of a realm. If you're from a different galaxy, you have a different experience of the universe. So it does like a whole different universe. Like I used to call the like these drag look, let me show you these dragon galaxies, right? You see, at first I thought there was a dragon universe. Now when I thought that, I always felt that you had the motherfucking you had the elementals over here, the crystal dragons over here, and at some point they meet inside the fucking middle. Nigga, those are galaxies, my nigga. But when you're inside these galaxies, it literally feels like a whole different universe because you're experiencing the universe differently. You know what I'm saying? Time and space function differently inside these different galaxies, inside these different realms. So it literally does seem like a whole different universe. But the actual universe is a place where every single realm and timeline comes into one. The multiverse simply just deals with different timelines for different realms. So there's several different timelines for all these different galaxies. There's several different timelines for our galaxy. That is the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? It's not these different universe. No, nigga. Because all of these realms come into one harmonious experience of the universe. You know what I'm saying? But when these beings come from different galaxies, it's almost as if they came from a different universe. So the dragon universe is just these three dragon galaxies, with the crystal motherfuckers being up here, the elementals being here, and this one's like a big ass fucking portal to the Draco constellation. In fact, these galaxies are actually in Draco. You see what I'm saying? Which is why dragons came into Draco from these galaxies, nigga. Even with the fucking avians, my nigga. They say avians come from a different galaxy, right? I mean, they say that avians come from a different universe, right? Let me show you. They come from this. They come from this. Well, these galaxies. Like, is it? It looks like one galaxy right now, but these are actually this is actually a emerging galaxy. And not for nothing, don't this shit look like a fucking bird? And guess where the fuck it's at? It's in the Lyra constellation, which is why avians came to fucking Lyra. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me, son. I've learned this shit inside the Astro from Actual Beings. I have a course down below on astral projection. If you want to do what the fuck I do, I teach that shit inside my fucking course. Nigga, facts. I've literally talked to the beings myself. Fuck looking shit up online. Fuck just meditating and, nigga, I've literally went there and I've been shown this shit. You know what I'm saying? And right here contains hella phoenix beings, because phoenixes are like the gods of the avians. And it's the reason why avians even came to, that's a whole different video actually. But know that they kind of fucked their own shit up. You know what I'm saying? And now their shit looks like a fucking bird. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't about the avians and the Draco. This is about the fucking Lyrans, right? Why do they say that Lyrans come from a different universe? Well, because, nigga, in the Lyra constellation, nigga, you have these galaxies right here. You know what I'm saying? Now understand this though, right? These are home to like young Lyran feline consciousnesses. What's so funny is the fact that when I show my boy Cash this, right? Some of y'all may know King Cash, right? He's one of the fucking biggest Lyrans on earth. Facts. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest Lyrans on the goddamn earth. And I'm saying this because, oh, I just did some fuck shit. Hold up. Boom. What the hell? My fault. But yeah, I'm bringing him up because when he saw these galaxies, he's like, "Oh my god, bro! Like this shit is like home." And like he was being told by his guides, even how these are also like the origins of Lyran consciousness. And of course, these fucking galaxies, guess what, nigga? They're in Lyra, which is why Lyrans, right, came from these galaxies as formless consciousnesses and decided to condense inside the Lyra constellation. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro. So like when they say they came from a different universe, it's a different galaxy. You know what I'm saying? There's only one universe. Like inside this universe, you have several different galaxies and realms that all come together with inside of this one harmonious space-time continuum. I'm not just saying this because it fucking sound nice. I literally learned this shit from the Octorians, from celestial gods, from supreme gods, from different godheads who literally structure reality. And by the way, celestial gods are 8D, you know what I'm saying? Supreme gods are 8D through 9D, you know what I'm saying? Godheads are 10D beings. You know what I'm saying? Like I've literally talked to these beings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of motherfuckers. Yo, like no offense, but motherfuckers be hearing shit online and just run with that shit. Have you actually talked to the beings that actually make reality though? If you haven't, why the fuck you act like I'm tripping? I actually did that shit. No cocky shit. You know what I'm saying? So Lyrans come from these two galaxies, but what's special about the avians and the Draco is the fact that when they evolved, like they already evolved heavily inside their own galaxies, right? It was not like that for Lyrans. Lyrans mainly started off as just formless consciousnesses. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the same experiences of the fucking Draco and the fucking Avians, which is why Avians and Draco are actually a bit slightly more advanced in them. You know what I'm saying? Because when they came to Lyra, they just started off as these formless consciousnesses. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the fuck they come from. This is NG606, NG6740. You know what I'm saying? These are all in the Lyra constellation, which is so is the avian shit too. So is the bird shit. It's inside Lyra. That's why they came to Lyra. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I actually went to the astral and learned this shit for a fucking fact. Don't play with me, son. Okay? Now, with that being said, Lyrans are feline beings whose consciousnesses originated inside different galaxies before condensing physically inside the Lyra constellation. Now, when they came to Lyra, they condensed as feline beings who were very loving and nurturing, and Lyrans loved like being connected to their planet and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they like to use different resources of the planet for spiritual evolution and healing. Like I ain't gonna cap, nigga. Like yo, Lyrans did plant medicine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a Lyran, you might actually like plant medicine. You know what I'm saying? So this series, they did that shit too. But Lyrans also did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Lyrans was fucking with the planet heavy. You know what I'm saying? They were also a natural warrior class, but they're also super loving. And like they had some good technology and stuff like that. Like that's more advanced than our shit. But like there's still other beings that had way more advanced shit because once again, these other beings evolved way higher inside their home galaxies opposed to Lyrans who just started off as these formless consciousnesses. You see what I'm saying? So Lyrans like generally lived in peace, and they had minor conflicts amongst themselves, which got solved. But they also had conflict with other races too, like the Draco. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to that. So what's their basic history? When Lyrans first settled in, things were pretty peaceful with them. They settled nicely. They built their homes, but there were some conflicts between themselves. Mainly, right, all the other feline races were kind of seeing lions as super because you know how like when people think about Lyrans, the main form they think about is the lion form. Why is that? Well, that's because the lions are like some of the best leaders, right? But at first, they were seen as very prideful and stuff like that. But at some point, they got over that because they accepted that. You know what, bro? The lions kind of are the best leaders. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all Lyrans are like kind of natural born leaders, but it's like the lion was like the best leader formed, which is why Lyrans are heavily recognized by lions. Now there was also conflict with other races because they also saw the felines as prideful, which I'm gonna get to that, right? Like the Lyran and Avian worms, I said worms. The Lyran and Avian wars were actually like fought over territory, and it also was fought over the creation of the human race because it's like when avians came to Lyra and stuff like that, the felines kind of said, "Oh, we don't really like your culture like that. Like you're not gonna be on our land." You know what I'm saying? And there was definitely different wars between avians and Lyrans, and these different wars actually led to the Draco at some point, which I'm gonna explain in a different video, right? But let me say this: when it comes to making humans, right? Lyrans wanted to become more spiritually intelligent, right? Because Lyrans are mainly like love based and power based. They have a whole bunch of love and a whole bunch of power, but they didn't always have high intelligence. So because of that, they mixed with the different ape beings inside Lyra. Oh, my ears ringing, and I just got a fucking burp, nigga. Holy shit. They mix with the apes in order to like have a more balanced and intelligent human form. Now understand this though. Like Lyrans could already take on human like forms that looked slightly different than how they do when it comes to fucking the ape shit. And I'm gonna show you guys that shit right now real quick. Cause I actually have really good pictures that show this shit. Once again, I learned this shit by going to the astral. I'm not just making no bullshit up. You know what I'm saying? I really do this shit. I have a whole course down below. I will teach you how to astral project. Nigga, I really do this shit. I really do this shit. So like, I'm tired of motherfuckers just acting like they be knowing shit when they have never even fucking talked to the beings themselves. I've talked to I've talked to the original Lyrans, and I've went to the fucking Hall of Records to fucking see this shit. You know what I'm saying? By the way, the Omniversal Hall of Records is 90 through 11D. Now there are smaller records like the basic, like you have the basic Akashic records, which aren't that high up. You can even learn this shit there. You know what I'm saying? So even if you can't access a 90 place, you can still access some of the other places. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. Let me pull up this picture of like the different feline human form looking Jones, because they didn't look how they look right now. You know what I'm saying? So boom. If you see this picture, right? You know what? Actually, hold up. I had to make this shit bigger. But like you peep this, right? They naturally evolved to look like this and like this without ape genes. You know what I'm saying? But this adaptation did take longer. Now when they mix with the apes, they look like this. You know what I'm saying? Some have red hair and stuff like that. But you see the difference? How like one's more curly headed and stuff like that, and like more like it's more like an African nose, but this is more like a Nordic, like a Caucasian nose and stuff like that. This is what happened when they mixed with the ape beings, because it was a faster way to evolve themselves to have higher intelligence, right? You see what I'm saying? But before they could look like this, like dead ass, even without the help of ape genes, like this is facts. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I went to the astral for myself and learned this shit. I don't want to hear no motherfucking fuck up, fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of motherfucker. No, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? Boom. They mix with the ape beings to develop intelligence way faster. Now understand this though. This is where Vegas come into play also, because while Lyrans were also making their own human form, avians wanted to mix with them too, but the felines ain't really fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you get vegans. Now I'm not sure if all vegans like. Okay, I know that vegans, because there's not just blue vegans. Like I've actually seen green ones. Like I've seen green ones that have like fucking like yellow under their eye. It's so crazy. But anyway, it's like I know that one aspect of vegans being blue is the fact that like the star they were on has like a blue kind of frequency or whatever the fuck. But like it could also be because of like a blue avian genes and stuff like that. But I know that for a fact that vegans have way more avian genes than like the Nordic forms. But the thing is, right? Felines didn't like that shit because it made them a bit too intelligent. Here's what I mean. It's like one thing about the avians, right? Avians were more about intelligence, right? Lions are more like love and power. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you added too much avian shit, it like overpowered the intelligence aspect, which is why vegans are more spiritually in tune. They're like vegans are more like the spiritually intelligent ones, while the Nordics are like more like the loving, also intelligent, but more word. Like vegans could fight also. Don't get it fucked up. Nigga, vegans be fighting. You know what I'm saying? But like it's different than the Nordic forms. You know what I'm saying? And the vegans actually have more avian genes. I actually peeped this too. Like a lot of vegans, like their hair has like kind of like this dreadlock like thing. And I noticed that like whenever avians like make a humanoid form, they always kind of like have like these dread things, like you know what I'm saying. Like for example, back in Leo constellation, right? Well, it's actually after this, but in Leo constellation, right? You actually had these beings that came from the Phoenix, and like it was like these fucking like humanoid bird beings, but they fucking had like these like coil dreadlocks. It kind of like you know Justin Bieber dreadlocks, nigga. They had on God, bro. They had these bitches, bro. On God, nigga. The fucking avian beings that was in Leo at some point, they had these bitches. You know what I'm saying? On me. And the thing is, right, my boy, everything I'm saying right now, my boy Cash could stamp it because like I was going over this shit with Cash and stuff like that, and that nigga was like, "Holy fuck, like this shit is like I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that." I'm like, "Yeah, this some real nigga shit, ain't it?" You know what I'm saying? So like, nigga, the most psychic motherfuckers also know this shit is true. Also, stop playing with me, son. So yeah. Long story short, there was some shit where it's like, oh nigga, y'all avians, y'all gotta stop mixing with us. We don't wanna live with y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all do your shit over there, we're gonna do our shit over here. You know what I'm saying? And this actually led to actually like the higher wars. You know what I'm saying with Lyra and Draco, which I'm explaining in a different video. You know what I'm saying? I'm explaining some of that stuff here, but like I'm explaining the avian's point of view from inside the avian video. You know what I'm saying? And also on Patreon exclusively, I'm explaining my point of view because like I was here for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So yeah, this is when you get the split between blue vegans with more avian genes and then white humanoid and then like the white humanoid Joes that have more feline genes, right? Now, Lyrans wanted to separate vegans and like the Nordics, which the avians didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Lyrans always wanted things kind of like their way, so they didn't really mix well with the avians, which actually led avians to make the reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Because like, no offense, but the avians could not beat the Lyrans. Like the Lyrans, like when it came to like fucking like their wars, Lyrans always overpowered avians. That's why they made reptilians to overpower Lyrans. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is, right? Lyrans could not admit to their wrongs fast enough. You know what I'm saying? And they also couldn't accept that they couldn't change reptilians. So like number one, right? If Lyrans just accepted integrating with avians, avians would have never fucking made reptilians. And even when they did, they could have been kept more at bay had the Lyrans just let the avians live with them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't. That's why Vega and Lyra were separate. And that's why Vegans at some point also have the reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me, I'm big Lyran, but I can admit the fact that Lyrans were being overly prideful. Even so much so that they couldn't even accept the fact that reptilians were not good for them. Like they had so much power. It's like, oh, we have so much love and all this other stuff, which just make them like us. Like nigga, sometimes that shit is dead. And granted, Lyrans wanted to move away from war. You know what I'm saying? Like when they start making the human forms, they actually wanted to move away from war. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they started seeing war as like pointless. They started seeing warfare as pointless. But it's like Lyrans are meant to be warriors, bro. So it's like if they could have stayed inside that warrior shit and stuff like that, things may not have been how the fuck they went. Anyway, yeah, because they couldn't accept their wrongs and because they were too prideful to recognize that they can't change the reptilians, they got at some point they got fucking dominated and enslaved, me included. Now me, I wasn't fuck with them niggas anyway, and I was always hopping between AV and Lyra and shit. Patreon, you gonna see what the fuck I mean by that shit. I'm gonna talk about that shit from my point of view, right? But it's like nigga, I got enslaved too. And I fuck and I broke out that shit and I was fucking niggas up. Facts, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, niggas, the Lyrans got dominated, they got enslaved, and they eventually broke the fuck out and started fighting back. And this led to a long series of wars that eventually led to Lyra being destroyed. Now, at this point, Lyrans spread all the fuck out. And they actually rebuilt in Leo, you know what I'm saying? Me and Cash have deep connection with Leo, you know what I'm saying? We actually helped to rebuild a lot of shit there. And some of you guys might remember that shit also. You know what I'm saying? That was like a really like Leo was like the new Lyra at home, bro. And there's so many galaxies in Leo that have feline beings. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, right? They spread all the fuck out, and it's like most people abandoned Lyra completely because it's like when Lyra got destroyed. There was so much ridicule. We're like, you guys destroyed your own planet. This was you get for being too prideful. I thought you guys were the best. Look at you guys now. And it's like, also, Lyrans were also always being hunted, and because of this, a lot of people stopped being Lyrans. Like they would incarnate as something. They would incarnate as Syrian or Orion. A lot of people left their Lyran shit behind because, like, number one, all the pain they can't handle the pain and stuff like that. Number two, people are always hunting them down. Number three, people always making fun of them and stuff like that, constant ridicule and shit like that. It's like it led to niggas trying to it led to people abandoning Lyra. You see what I'm saying? But Yeah. Now, after rebuilding inside Leo, feline beings were making a name for themselves again. And at some point, Lyra kind of got rebuilt in a new kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about the different gifts and abilities of Lyrans. So, number one, Lyrans have like crazy warriorship and like a fiery spirit. You know what I'm saying? They also have really good clairsentience. They could like feel energy pretty well. And it's like they could like feel shit and then use that as their own form of intelligence. You see what I'm saying? They're also very like loyal. They're really good plant medicine specialists. They're really good at ooh fuck birth confirmation. They're really good at astral projection. Lawrence actually project like shit, especially after like Leo, because like in Leo at some I made watch my video about the fucking look, go to my fucking astral projection fucking playlist and watch my video about the fucking quantum realm shit. That deals with the fucking ooze, because in Leo there was this motherfucking ooze which literally put you inside the astral. It was so crazy. But even before that, Lyran's always astral projected. They're also really good like emotional telepaths. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different than like Syrian stuff, because Syrians are also good emotional telepaths. But it's like with a Syrian, they kind of vibrate and like feel what you feel to understand you. And it's like with Lyrans, it's more like they could like feel you, then kind of hear your thoughts off the feeling. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's more thought involved with the Lyran side, but the Syrian side is just pure frequency. You know what I'm saying? Also, Lyrans are like natural born leaders too. You know what I'm saying? Facts. That's like basic gifts and abilities, but there's all kinds of Lyrans, bro. Like literally, I'll talk to this one girl, right? If you're watching this shit, shout out to you. Shorty had a Pink Panther form. I've never seen that before. Shorty had a Pink Panther form. Like all these different forms have different gifts and abilities. That's why if you guys want a session, I could peep your different forms and tell you the unique aspects of your form that not all the other forms may have. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the different struggles and difficulties of Lyrans. Number one, pride. You know what I'm saying? Lyrans are gonna struggle with pride. It just is what it is. Like my boy Cass, this is his biggest fear, being too prideful. You know what I'm saying? Me, I've had pride. Inside this video, how I'm talking with what I'm saying. Remember, I really went to these places, right? That could be seen as prideful and arrogant. Honestly, I'm just trying to show you guys why I have the authority to even speak on this shit. I'm a real galactic historian, bro. I don't play no fucking games, bro. I really learned this shit from the astral, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pride's a big thing with them. Also, a feeling of being homesick, like you just don't belong. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like ever since their home planet got destroyed, it's like Lyrans have always been looking for a home, but it's like it's never been the same as their original home. So Lyrans may face like a feeling of homesickness, also being like shy. You know what I'm saying? Like Lyrans could tend to be shy because like they're just like so emotional beings, and then also they got constantly ridiculed inside the past. So it's like the Lyrans may not always want to show who they are off the rip. You know what I'm saying? They could also be kind of naive and like easily tricked. You know what I'm saying? By like being too nice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They could also be like very insecure. You know, because once again, their planet got fucking destroyed, and it's like they're naturally softer beings. Like they have that warrior spirit, facts, but it's like at first they may come off as shy, especially because it's like even with that warrior spirit, they went through some fuck shit where it's like damn, they kind of feel insecure. You know what I'm saying? They may deal with different like actual trauma, like sexual trauma. You know what I'm saying? They may deal with sexual trauma. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like different, they may deal with like enslavement issues and stuff like that, and like they may deal with like controlling parents or like controlling situations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That is something that Lyrans encounter a lot. Now the different Starseed traits of them, right? Lyra and Starseeds are like very playful and childish, right? They're very like playful and but it's not always in a bad way though. Like sometimes it could be like overly naive, but it's not always bad how childish they are. You know what I'm saying? They also have like a natural warrior spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're naturally gonna be more warrior based, right? Like there are some Lyras that don't fight like that. Like for example, actually let me. This is okay. So these Lyrans still fight, but it's different. Like for example, a Black Panther, right? The Black Panthers, like they're more like assassins opposed to warriors. The difference is the fact that warriors are like more up in front of your face, An assassin's more like in the shadows, right? But some felines chose not to fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Like not all felines wanted to fight, and that's why they would like make the human form also to like stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? They're also very loving and very loyal to their people. You know what I'm saying? Like when the Lyra finds their tribe, they're hella fucking loyal, and it's like they're super loving with them and stuff like that too. They also, oh, this was supposed to be inside the this was, oh, actually, you know what? Okay, yeah. Um, another trait is the fact that they may go through some home difficulty and or bullying, right? So like inside your home, there may be certain conflict and or you go through certain bullying because back in the past Lyras kind of got bullied in certain ways, right? And their home got destroyed once again. And then also a common thing is the fact that Lyrans are often forced to find strength early inside their life. You know what I'm saying? Like Lyrans get put through things that made them have to find their strength early on because that's what happened back in Lyra. And it's like also being like a leader too, like wanting to be a leader. And the thing is, right, you may not even be like a huge leader for people. Like you may not be a fucking I want to be a king, but it's like inside your friend group, niggas look up to you type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, especially if you're a fucking lion. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, a Black Panther, right, may not always be in that leader role, but like even with that, like let's say that you're a Black Panther, right? But you're around a whole bunch of Syrians, right? You might still be the natural leader. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you're a Black Panther around a whole bunch of lions, maybe then you're not the leader, but it's like you still lead people in a certain kind of way. Like you tend to be more of a natural leader, even if you don't always accept it. And it's like usually your childhood will try to force you to accept that shit. And if you don't accept it, you kind of always get taxed. It's like you always it's like you'll be meant to feel weak until you embody your power. You know what I'm saying? Lyrans go through like feeling weak to embody their power. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever been bullied or you was going through that type of shit, bro, it could be because that's that Lyran shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I have sessions down below to help you tap into this shit, to help you reconnect with the size of yourself and understand them more and stuff like that. Go check it out down links, all my links down below. You could email me if a certain time don't work for you and stuff like that. We could talk it out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I have a course down below on astral projection. You can just learn all this shit for your fucking self, you know what I'm saying, without my help and stuff like that. Patreon, I'm gonna be uploading way more exclusive shit. This will go on YouTube, but like when it comes to my personal experience, I ain't gonna share that shit on YouTube like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, bro, that's much it for this video. I love you all. I'm gonna catch my next video. Peace out.